helps businesses have a bigger presence by making TV affordable. Beyond ads, biz brands can now have a channel presence with their content. We are the Netflix of biz brands. If you have a passionate message, a solution to a problem, a new book or product launch, and you want to impact a new and expansive audience, have your audience say, I saw you on TV. PSI TV is proud to bring you another rising star, this time in the life coaching niche. Cathy Davis, Cathy Alves Davis, is the CEO of Myrcles LLC. She's an inspirational speaker, author, and part time life coach. She's best known for writing the highly acclaimed book, Myrcles. She married her high school sweetheart who served in the Marine Corps, and together they enjoyed their three children and five grandkids. Cathy, it's my honor to have you with us today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. I was so looking forward to this interview today, Trudy.
Oh, thank you for being here. So, Cathy, you have this highly acclaimed book, Miracles.
Yes.
Tell us why you wrote that book.
Well, I actually wrote the book because God told me to write the book. And he told me to write the book in 1998 when, out of the blue, I was diagnosed with an aggressive stage 3 breast cancer. And it was a very frightening time, a frightening period. I had no idea that that's exactly what was going to happen to me. But when I found out that I had that cancer, I went right back to my great faith. Now, my faith started when I was a young child with asthma, and I was a very severe asthmatic. And in the late 50s, there was no magic bullet, there was no rescue inhaler, there was nothing. Children just suffered, gasped for air, their bronchial tubes closed off, and many of them, their hearts stopped beating and they died. And that still can happen to this very day. Asthma is a very serious disease. But having nothing to lean on but God, that was all that I had. So what did I do? I grew my faith as a young child, Bible studies, vacation Bible school in the summer. And I just grew my faith and put all of my faith in God and Christ. So when I would have one of those bad attacks, my mother would often say to me, you've been sick all day, just go to God and go to Jesus. He'll heal you one more time. And in an exhausted state from not being able to get my proper air all day long, I would fall off to sleep in an exhausted slumber. And there, just as my mother had predicted, would be Jesus in his long blue gown, his long blue robe, with his arms outstretched. And he would be there for me. And he would tell me different things that were going to happen. And of course, the next morning I was fine. I was a child at play once again. And I would tell my mother what Jesus had said. And she just thought at the time it was things of childhood dreams. But as time progressed, many of the things that Jesus had said came to pass. So those miracles and other miracles are in the front of the book. Here is my book. My new book is Myrcles by Cathy Alves Davis, a true story of divine intervention, hope, and inspiration. And it's available on Amazon right now. The ebook came out and became an instant bestseller in about 10 categories for about 7 days.
Wow.
So this is coming out June 1st. It's on pre-order. Don't miss it. It's a book that will fill you with great hope and inspiration and touch your life in a profound way. Anyway, so when that was my basis, that was my foundation. It was always there. And so then when I came up against this huge mountain, I was diagnosed with an aggressive stage 3 breast cancer. I went, I always had that faith right there. So I went to my faith, and I believed that God was going to heal me. And so I went for a second opinion in Boston. My brother-in-law was the CEO of a cancer research company at the time in Boston. And he got me in very quickly with the top breast cancer team in the city. And when I went to them, they said that the cancer was so large, it was the size of a navel orange. They said it was so large, yes, the size of a navel orange, truly. They said that there was no way it had not gone to my lungs, and that if that was true, I had about 6 months left to live, and I should go home and get my affairs in order. And even if I went through an extremely difficult protocol, I would have probably 18 months to live. So none of it was good news, but I didn't believe anything they said. I kept my faith strong. And so when they sent me for my CAT scan to see how far reaching the cancer was, as I laid on the CAT scan table with the CAT scan droning at my feet and the clock, big black clock on the wall, ticking away the seconds, and I was praying, begging God for my life, to spare my life. I had children, I had children in high school, and God spoke to me. And when he did, my prayers just drift off to the side. And God spoke to me and allowed me to know that I was going to be fine, and that one day I would go on to write a book of hope and inspiration that would help countless others. And I knew right then and there that that was going to happen. I was going to go and I was going to do that. I told all my doctors. They said that was highly unlikely, but they said that the best thing that you could do, that breast cancer had not spread. So they were going to send me they asked me if I knew of where Georgetown was. Well, of course, I have the Bostonian accent, as you can tell. And my brother-in-law was, of course, in the cancer business in Boston. And so they went ahead and told me about this protocol that was at Georgetown at Lombardi Cancer Research. And they asked me if I knew of where that was. And I said, actually, that's 45 minutes from my front door. And I knew right then and there that God was ahead of me all the way. He had already planned this long ago, and I was to go on this journey. And when I went there, they gave me no hope as well, but I would to join that protocol. So in essence, I became a guinea pig. And within a matter of weeks, the biopsies that I had to sign up for two a week, they basically within about 2 weeks couldn't get any biopsies any longer. And don't forget, the mass was the size of a navel orange. And so within a matter of months, I had the surgery, and God gave me the miracle he promised. And you'll have to read about it all in the book. It's very fascinating. But I knew that I was going to write this book. So years later, when I healed, I went on to write this book of hope and inspiration. And I knew that God wanted me to get that out there so that it could help countless other people with whatever they were facing, whether it be, because we're all going to face adversity, whether it's financial woes, whether it's marital issues, whether it's disruptive teenagers, elderly parents, health issues, cancer. We're always going to need God. And so that faith, in my book, it shows you how to go and lean on that faith. And that's what I did. And God took me through it all.
Okay, but it's been more than 2 decades. It's been more than 2 decades.
Here, as I said, I was a guinea pig in this protocol, and they were studying me. And actually, the success of what I went through and the drugs that they used on me, the chemotherapy drugs, has gone on to help tens of thousands of women with breast cancer, with aggressive breast cancer. So, that was a death sentence in 1998 to have an aggressive stage 3 breast cancer. Today, it's not. You can live and go on, and as what they learned and the drugs that they use have saved tens of thousands of women's lives. So I really feel that was meant to be too.
That's amazing. Well, breast cancer is primarily a woman's issue. What would you say to a woman who has a current diagnosis, who may be considering, what was the name of this procedure?
It was a protocol, but it's like I said, I wanted to say is that faith and the protocol were both the answer to this. That's really important. The protocol went on to save tens of thousands of women's lives. It worked for me, but it was also my unwavering faith that saved me too. So this was a protocol that I was in.
So what would you say to someone who is currently going through a breast cancer scare?
I would tell them, the best thing I would tell them is to find best doctors. We have so much information at our fingertips today. They need to go and they need to research, where is a protocol for the special, whatever your cancer type is, whatever your breast cancer type is, and there are many, what is that one? Is there a protocol nearby to you? That is the way you're going to be treated with the newest and greatest drugs out there. So that would be a good place to start. And you want to be at a really good hospital place. So you want to have medical intervention. But then also you want to keep your faith, because faith can get you over any mountain in this lifetime. And that's what my book's all about, strengthening your faith, making it stronger. But there was a phrase that I lived by, and it was 4 little words: stay in the day. Stay in the day. So this is the day the Lord hath made, rejoice and be glad in it. This is the only day we have. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. So stay in this day, no matter what you're going through. Remain grateful, be thankful for your life for this day, and stay in the day. So people have said to me many times, after they've read the book, they said that was the greatest 4 words they had ever heard. It was given to me, actually. I can't take credit for it, but it is a great way to live. And I have lived that way to this very day. I stay in the day.
So you were a mom, and you took care of your mom and your kids and your uncle. But now, out of this crisis came a new career as a speaker, as a counselor. How would you help someone reframe their pain?
Well, that's a very exciting thing, because, we all need things to look forward to. And when you come up against a wall of whatever that is, you've got this unruly teenager, you've got, your parents are elderly, and you got to take, that you don't know what you're going to do with them, and it's years of your time, and then you have a bad marriage, and then you've got financial issues. And you have to, again, stay in the day, but at the same time, think about the good things that are in your future. Once you get over this mountain, what are you going to do? When you get over it, and be positive, because God can do the impossible. So believe in the impossible things that God can do. Nothing is impossible with Jesus, with Christ. So stay in that mindset and believe that there is something really important for you to do. We're supposed to be in this life and give back. It isn't all about having a career, making money, doing all of that. It isn't anything to do with that. It's to live out our purpose on this earth. And, I worked for many years. I had a big job, and I used to think when I was driving to work, I used to think, is this it, Lord? Is this what I'm supposed to do? But it really wasn't. And again, I didn't aspire to be an author, but God gave me an awesome mission. So you don't know what yours, I'm talking about the people out there listening, you don't know what your mission is, but you will find out, and God will give it to you. And in time, you will see it all.
Amazing. So, Cathy, is there anything else you'd like to share?
I would like to say that it's funny, because from the time God spoke to me when I was on that CAT scan table and assured me that I was going to be fine, and that I would write a book of hope and inspiration that would give hope to countless other people, I started typing, and I was typing away at my computer, and I coined the phrase, I typed and God whispered.
Well, Cathy, thank you so much for being my amazing guest today. Guys, check out the book Myrcles, and check Cathy's website. And hey, if you know a producer, suggest they consider doing a movie out of this book. Cathy, thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much, Julie. It was so nice spending the afternoon. You take care. God bless.